Listen closely. What I'm about to say has been controlling your life longer than you realize. You've been moving, yes, but not forward. You've just mastered walking in a circle.
Let's play a little game. You've been chasing Plessy 5 your whole life. 5 boosts that make you feel alive but never make you stay alive. Want to know what they are? Boost 1, the rush. That hit of energy when you say, I'm starting tomorrow. You feel like a god for 10 seconds until tomorrow actually comes. Boost 2, the praise. When someone says you've changed, you smile, but deep down you're only hearing, I finally noticed your mask. Boost 3, the scroll. That endless flood of other people's wins. You call it motivation, but it's your way of escaping the guilt that you're not there yet. Boost 4, the plan. You love writing goals. You fill notebooks, but every line you write becomes a reminder of what you haven't done. Boost 5, the fantasy. You imagine the moment you'll finally make it, but notice, in your dreams you always skip the middle part. The grind, the silence, the sacrifice. And so what happens when the boosts fade? You go back to 0, but 0 feels too empty, so you reload the cycle again. You say, this time I'll stay consistent. And maybe you do, for a week, until life hits you with something that doesn't fit your schedule. Then the loop restarts. You're not lazy, you're loop locked. Every time you rise, you're pulled down by the same invisible hands, your distractions, your pride, your comfort. They don't fight you openly. They just whisper, you've done enough for today. Tell me, how many times have you almost changed? How many times have you seen the future version of you waving just before the smoke closed in again? You think you're missing motivation, but what you're really missing is memory. Because if you could truly remember how it felt the last time you gave up, you'd never let it happen again. But that's the trick of the Plessy 5 life. It gives you temporary memory loss. You forget the pain just enough to repeat it. And I'm not here to save you. I'm here to wake you. Because this story, your story, it doesn't need a savior. It needs a mirror. Look around. Everything you want already exists. Just not for the version of you that keeps hitting snooze on their own destiny. And if you think you can keep playing safe, if you think the next year will be different just because you feel ready now, you're wrong. Because what's waiting for you in stage 2 doesn't care about your feelings. It's been waiting, it's patient, and it hits 7 times harder. So listen closely. If you don't break the loop now, the next stage won't ask your permission. It'll break you first. Now take a breath. You've seen the illusion, you've felt the Plessy 5, but in the next chapter, you'll face the 7, and that's when the real story begins. You felt the Plessy 5, didn't you? The rush, the illusion, the false victories. Now it's time to pay the price. Every rise that wasn't built with pain collapses under silence. And that's what 7 really is, the silence after the noise. Let me tell you about Aaron. No, not a hero, not a villain. Just another human who thought hard work meant feeling tired instead of becoming unstoppable. He was the kind of person who said, I just need one good break. But when that break came, he broke with it. Why? Because he was trained for the moment, not for the maintenance. The moment he got attention, he stopped evolving. The moment people clapped, he stopped listening. And when the world went silent again, his identity disappeared with the applause. And you know that feeling, don't you? When you've done something great, but the world moves on before you even finish celebrating. That's 7. It's the emptiness that hunts the achiever who only knows motion, not meaning. You wake up one morning and realize your dreams don't scare you anymore. They just bore you. You start calling peace boredom because you're addicted to chaos. You keep chasing new goals, but each one feels smaller. You're not ambitious anymore. You're afraid of stopping. That's how the fall begins. Quietly. Aaron thought he was building a future, but in truth, he was building a cage with glass walls. Every success another layer of reflection. He could see himself everywhere, but never through himself. And here's the sick part. The world loves people like that. The world claps for the exhausted, crowns the broken who can still smile, and calls it hustle, haven't you? People burning at both ends and calling the flame motivation. They don't realize the candle was never the light. It was the fuel. So let me tell you the truth, raw and unfiltered. You don't fail when you fall. You fail when you build comfort around your pain. When you stop trying to heal because suffering has become your identity. That's when 7 wins. When your sadness becomes normal. When you start saying, that's just who I am. But it's not who you are. It's who you became to survive. Now I want you to ask yourself this. What if the version of you that's watching this right now What if all your losses, all your waiting, all your doubts? Would you quit now, knowing that the next push might be the one that changes everything? Because listen, my friend, and 7 doesn't destroy everyone. It just filters who's serious. Most people quit here. You're still watching. That means the fire didn't go out. It just changed color. So keep your eyes open, because the next stage, E4, the balance, isn't about chasing or falling. It's about rising with awareness. But before we go there, if the world forgot me tomorrow, would I still move the same today? Because if your answer is yes, then 7 has lost its power. The storm doesn't end when it stops raining. It ends when you stop begging the sky to change. That's where we are now. The balance. The part nobody teaches you. Because they can't sell peace the way they sell chaos. But let me tell you something raw. The balance is not calm. It's control inside chaos. When everyone's screaming and you whisper. When the world's shaking and you blink slower. When life hits you again and you just say, "You're late, I was waiting, that's Ulfort." That's when life stops being your problem and starts being your training ground. Let's go back to Aaron. You remember him? The man who built his cage of glass? He broke it. Not because he found freedom, but because he realized the walls were made of his own expectations. He stopped chasing peace. He started creating it. And that's what most people miss. They want balance without building it. They want healing without bleeding for it. So here's the real formula, the one no one told you. Peace is not when nothing happens. It's when everything happens, and you still don't lose yourself. Listen closely. This is the part the fake motivators skip, because peace doesn't trend. Balance doesn't go viral, but it builds empires in silence. Let me give you the 4 truths, the 4 pillars of Ulfort Bars, the ones that'll change how you move for life. 1. Discipline over motivation. Motivation dies when the mood changes. Discipline survives when the mood burns. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start moving when you're not. That's how warriors are made. Not inspired, engineered. 2. Solitude over noise. Everyone wants company, but not everyone deserves your frequency. There's a difference between being lonely and being selective with your peace. Solitude is not absence of people, it's presence of power. But 3. Patience over panic. You can't microwave destiny. Every delay is either direction or protection, but never rejection. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means trusting your pace while sharpening your tools. 4. Purpose over pain. You're not supposed to erase pain. You're supposed to educate it. Make your pain report to you. Make it your assistant, not your master. That's when pain starts building your future instead of repeating your past. Now you understand, don't you? That +5, 7 equals 4 wasn't math. It was your story. You gained illusions, you lost comfort, and now you earn truth. That's why L4 stands for clarity. The place where no one can manipulate you again. Not fear, not fake success, not your past. So I'll ask you one last time. What stage are you in right now? +5, chasing the illusions. 7, lost in the fall. Or Sipo4, building peace with fire in your veins. Type it in the comments. Not because I need it, but because you do. Write your biggest problem right there, and I'll reply with a real solution, not fake inspiration, not recycled quotes. Practical, brutal truth. Because here we don't just watch videos. We build revolutions inside the mind. This is Das Fisten. Now go, don't chase light, become it.